When you find that the hip might be tight, or there might be problems of pain around this area, don't just jump to the fact that if we can find something that feels solid or stiff, that this is the problem. More often than not, people forget that to actually elevate a hip, and if you can see weakness, it's not just the hip flexors which are the problem. You could be having issues in stability anywhere else in the body. One of the most common things that can come up though, and that people miss to check, is the abdominal cavity providing any stability for this contraction to take place. Now, there's simple tests we can do around this region in the first place, and that's just by providing a little bit of input into the 4 main areas, and by doing so, seeing if the strength in the hip changes. Because the tightness or the stiffness that you might see here could actually be something that the body's putting down to try and make sure that the person can get through day to day and create stability. If you dive into this and try and take this away, then you're taking the only bit of stability that's there and the person's health can crash. So how does that look? If we've got a movement that's ineffective in straight leg hip raising, so if we can get them to push up here, push up for me, that's it, back down, and we're not quite happy with how fluid that movement is or the strength of it, we can then place input to different areas of the abdominal cavity to see if that stability returns. So nice and simple, just placing the hand across the margin of the top left rib or bottom left rib, then pushing up and see if anything changes. Same thing, providing a little bit of stimulus to the opposite side. Push up for me. It might be going down into the base of the pelvis. Here, push up, or onto the opposite side itself again. Push up for me. So straight away in testing, if I place any input around where those hip flexors lay, Tom becomes a lot more unstable. The strength isn't as good and the movement isn't as fluid. If I come up onto the top margin of the rib here, push up for me, that's a such better quality of motion. So just by assessing this area and placing a bit of input where I can see that the brain likes it, we'll get a much better response than diving into potential tightness that we've found on these 2 areas.